Hiring the right stylist is just the beginning. But how do you ensure that they thrive and stick around to become a good asset to your salon team? Today, we're going to unlock the secrets to nurturing your stylists into top performing professionals who love working for you, but also with you. Stick around. We're going to just talk about 3 amazing strategies that will turn your team into the unstoppable force in your community. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for more beauty business tips. So let's jump into it. So of course, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you know that I love to share some true facts with you. I do a lot of research amongst our beauty business, being a licensed cosmetologist for 23 years, a salon coach for 10 years, and coaching over 300 salon owners. It's my passion to make sure that your business is growing and make sure that your business is thriving and just not surviving. So 75% of employees feel like they're not reaching their full potential due to the lack of development opportunities. We're going to talk about some ongoing training and education first. So your actionable steps that you need to take in order to implement this training and education is first, offer some in-house monthly training sessions. This can be done by yourself because as a salon owner, you already have a plethora of knowledge. Start sharing that with the team. And it does not have to be skill set knowledge. It could be personal development, it could be business budgeting, it could be anything that your team members can benefit from. The second thing that you should do is partner with product brands for workshops on new techniques. So if there's a product line that you're carrying in your company, you can always reach out to that product line and have them bring in an educator to teach your team more about the products. I was a Matrix L'Oreal division educator, and when people would purchase products from Matrix, they could request an educator come to the salon and teach the entire salon about the new hair color line and the products that they just invested in. Or if it's been some time, like 2 years, they can also request another educator to come in because there's always new techniques, there's always new products being developed. And I would teach the whole team. Either we will have a live model, we will have color swatches, they will work on mannequins about different coloring techniques. More specifically, how to use that color line and ways that they can expand their retail. So you can reach out to different product brands that you're currently carrying and ask about an educator coming to your salon to teach your entire salon team. Number 3, I want you to encourage yourself and your team to attend industry events and conferences. Offer financial support if possible. Now, I know you're probably saying, I'm not paying for these people to go to shows. I'm saying that because other salon owners have told me that. If I pay for my team to go to the show, that means they're just going to get free stuff from it. I don't want you to look at it as pouring into your team, as them taking something from you. Because a part of building your team is pouring into them so that you can receive what you want. I was recently in a salon suites. What the owner of the salon suites did was she chartered a bus, right? She used her timeshare to get everybody rooms at the hotel near the show, right? They pitched in just little to nothing for the bus, and they paid for their ticket to get into the show, knowing that when they got there, they had a place to stay. There are creative strategies that you can use to get your team to an entire show so that you're pouring into their education. But just not traveling to a show, there could be some local educators around your area that's teaching classes. I want you to reach out to them and say, hey, I know you have a hands-on class coming. The classes cost XYZ amount. I'm wondering, do you have a group rate if I bring my entire salon team. So encourage attending industry events, conferences, things of that nature to pour back into your team. Now, the results of you doing this is that you're going to have well-trained stylists. You're going to be able to boost your salon's reputation and client satisfaction, because now your entire team has been elevated to a certain level. You know, when you go to these shows, when you see different things, everybody comes back boosted with creativity, and they're pouring that information, knowledge, and that skill set onto those clients. Now, here's a tip, right? I want you to create a skill development calendar where you can track the progress of each stylist. The reason why you're doing that is because if you're building a team, if you watch my last video on how to hire properly, if you haven't, I'm going to link up here above so you can go back and watch that video. Now, if you're building a team of professionals that are all in different niches, let's say you have somebody who does hair extensions, somebody who does hair cutting, and you have a nail tech. You want to be able to know, okay, when I sent my nail tech to this class in January, it's now July. You want to be able to look and see whether her skill set has improved. If you sent someone to a hair extension class, you want to look back and be like, hey, how is it going now? What does her skill level look like? So create a skill development calendar, because not just attending the shows, you can send an individual stylist to a class. You can get an individual stylist a digital download. But I want you to be able to track the progress of each stylist. This is how you're going to ensure that the money that you're putting out towards education is coming back to you, because their skill set is improving by looking at your skill development calendar. Okay, so let's jump into where we are on strategy. Strategy number 2, right? Strategy number 2 is building a positive salon culture. Would you want to work with someone or somewhere that doesn't feel supportive or doesn't feel fun? Like neither one of us would. We want to be in an environment where we can be creative, where we could grow, where we understand that everybody is on the same elevation level. So a couple of the strategies that I want you to include into your salon when you're building this positive salon culture is, the first thing I want you to do is celebrate milestones. Milestones could be birthdays, work anniversaries, achievements. They've reached their 100th client because they're new. Maybe they have reached a certain amount of retail sales for the month. Even create like an employee of the month. But I want you to get in celebrating some milestones. The second thing I want you to do is to promote open communication. This is so important. I can't stress how important this is. I want you to hold weekly team meetings, team huddles to discuss goals and to discuss the challenges. So not just sit down at a meeting and talk about, hey, what's going on? What's challenging you? What's troubling you? The bad client experience that we have this week. I don't want you to sit down at these weekly team huddles and have it focus on negativity only. I want you to start with the positive side of it. So I want you to start with the goals. I want you to start with the great things that happened this week. Yes, we'll get to the challenges, but start it off on a positive note, which brings me to number 3, is to create a physically inviting space with amenities, like a cozy break room. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have enough space, right? I remember working inside of Ulta, and our break room was literally in the stock room. We had a tiny little area. You can't even put a square footage on this area. It had our lockers, it had our table with a shelf, and it had the refrigerator. It was an area, but this little area that we would just sit in and take a break had things there for us. Every week, there would be like weekly coffee and donuts when you come in on a Saturday. They're already sitting there waiting, coffee and donuts. You're like, oh my God, I don't need a donut. However, I appreciate you guys. Let me start off on this sugar high. Or during the week, maybe, I remember there was a tamale lady that would come by. During the week, there would be tamales in the break room. Little things like that. Just make a nice, cozy area. Put stuff in it to show, listen, here's some specialty coffees. There's a new coffee place I found down the street. They gave us some specialty coffees. Let's all try this. So create a physically inviting space with amenities like you're in your cozy break room or break area if you don't have that space. Now, the results of doing this is more happier stylists that lead to loyal clients, of course, and a stronger team dynamic. Because everybody's chit-chatting, and they're like, you know what, I go to work and there's these type of things in my workspace. I don't just go to the salon and do hair. This is what we do at my salon. You will notice your team members are like at my salon and not at the salon I work in, because you're building a different environment for them. Now, don't forget to hit the like button. If I'm saying any of this information that's you like, you know what, I get it, I gotta redo some things, go ahead on and hit the thumbs up for this button. Don't forget to share this out, because your team is gonna, what happened? Listen, these are the changes that are coming. This is the environment that you're creating and the new space that you're inviting people in. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's move forward, right? This is our last strategy, right? So strategy number 3. And by the way, before we move on to strategy number 3, this video is currently or will be a part of a series where we're talking all about building your salon team and hiring. So I'm going to put the link up here for the playlist, either there or there. Who knows where it's going to be at. Put the link to this entire series so that you can watch the whole playlist on building your team. Be sure to go ahead on and check that video. And if there's not a new video out yet, next video in this series, because you watched the previous one, it's coming. It's on the way. Okay, so strategy number 3, right? Strategy number 3 is empowering stylists to build their brand. What she say? Huh? You want my stylists on my team to build their own brand? Absolutely. Yes, I do. Yes. Because here's the deal. Stylists with strong personal brands often attract more clients, and they'll be able to elevate your salon status because they're building their own brand as well. They have their own sort of independence. It does not matter if they are a commission stylist or if you run a hybrid salon. They have their own personality, and you want them to be able to build their own brand because that helps leverage your salon. So here's the action steps that I want you to take, right? The first thing that I want you to do is I want you to teach your stylists how to leverage social media so that they can be able to showcase their work. If you are already leveraging social media to build your salon, you need to teach them the same strategies. That brings me back to, remember we talked about earlier, right? We talked about offer in-house training sessions monthly. Teaching them about their social media could be one of the training sessions that you offer for your team. So teach stylists how to leverage their social media so that they can showcase their work. Number 2 is to offer mentorship on building client relationships so that they can continuously develop and deliver top tier services. What do I mean by that? First of all, I know you're saying you want me to have them build their brand. You want me to teach them about building their social media, and you want me to mentorship them on? Yes. This is a part of nurturing your team and growing your team. All the salons that I've worked with, about 300 salons overall, about 100 salons really closely, these salon owners still message me to this day and ask me questions. Because when they were a part of my mentorship program, it was literally what's going on. Let me really dive into mentoring you on a deeper level, not just about your business, but on a personal level. So when I poured in more into them and just dug a little bit deeper into their personal development so that they can have and improve and have better business skills, a whole light bulb goes off. That's why they still message me to this day, like, hey, I got this thing going on. What do you think? Because they know they're going to get that true, real, raw answer. So when you're pouring and mentoring your salon team, not just on a business level, not just on a skill set level, but also on a personal level, when you're truly building them, and that's going to help them build a client relationship. Listen, it's a circle of life. It's the circle of business. So get into mentoring your team so that they can grow, right? And lastly, on empowering your stylists, is I want you to support them on creating a personal vision, because that's going to align with the salon's goals. So let me give you an example. Let me paint a better picture, right? I am the salon owner, right? I have a team of beauty professionals. You are on my team of beauty professionals. I am the salon owner. You are a licensed cosmetologist who come to work every day. I'm watching you. I realize you have certain skill sets for certain styles that you really love to do. You have things that you can knock out and your creativity is really flowing in that area. You might be a master of all services, but you like, this is what I really want to do. As a salon owner, I'm like, okay, have you taken any classes on that? You're like, no, okay, don't worry about it. I'm going to find you a digital class. I find you a digital class. You can do it online in between your clients. You could do it at home when you're not in a salon. Matter of fact, it's a small little handy dandy old laptop computer in the back that you could just log on, or here is the password. Do it from your phone during your break. I am pouring into you, helping you educate on this new area that you want to dive in. As I'm doing that, I'm also holding you accountable, like, hey, how's that class going, right? You had access for like a week now. I'm not going to tell you that, but I'm going to say, hey, how's that class going? It's been about a week now. Anything new? What's our next plan? The moment you are like, you know what? I'm not really sure. I haven't had time. No worries. No worries. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to schedule you a little longer lunch break today. Maybe an extra 15 minutes. So instead of a 30-minute break, we're going to do a 45-minute break. That gives you time to watch that video during your break. Is that okay with you? I am encouraging you and I'm guiding you to become better. I've poured into you by giving you the class. Now I'm giving you the time to go and take the class. You're like, okay, that's cool. I can do it then. You go and take the class and you like, you know what? You got ambition now. You got goals. You got direction. All I did was give you access to a class and made you have the time to learn that class. So I'm pushing you. I'm mentoring you along this journey of building yourself and developing yourself. Now, whatever this new skill set is you have, I'm like, okay, have you ever thought about building your own personal brand around this so that we can work together and build a new clientele on this skill set that you want to have? You're like, no, I never thought about it. I'm like, okay, great. This month, when we sit down and have our monthly meeting, we're going to talk about aligning every person, all you guys in here, to build your own personal brand. So on this monthly meeting, right, when you sit down, you're going to see how I'm telling you about building your brand and building alignment. Even though everybody could be all master cosmetologists, I'm pouring into each individual person, into you, so that you can develop your brand, you can continue to build under my salon, which allows me to achieve my goals because I'm pouring into you. You're winning. So where are you going? Nowhere. You're like, I'm going to stay on the winning team. I continuously want to be fed and be in alignment with what is going good and what is going great and who is helping me be greater, who is helping me be bigger than what I am, who is pushing me to go to another level. Now, because I'm mentoring you, because I'm supporting you, you're going to continuously grow. Like I said, I have salons that I work with right now that still reach out to me. Because as I coach them, that is literally what I did. As a salon owner, that is what you need to do. Now, the results of you empowering your stylist to build their brand is that a stylist with a thriving personality brand is going to boost your overall business visibility and profitability. I know you like, say what again? Say what? Yes. Because you're pouring into them. You're telling them to build their brand. You're giving them the skills they need to grow. You're saying this is how you're going to run your social media. Oh, and by the way, this is what you're going to do. That's leveraging they're leveraging your salon. It's building their business, which puts money in your pocket as well. You don't want a salon team that's sitting around not developing. You don't want a salon team that's sitting around keeping that chair warm either. But you also want one that you see, people that you see that have the potential and be able to get them to the next level. Because there's always something bigger than the level that they're on. So here's what I want you to do, right? You got the three things, the three action steps that you need to take. You understand what those results are. Now you need to encourage your stylist to tag your salon on their online platforms. Tag. I know we probably like, I can't get them to post. Well, that's a part of your monthly meeting that you're going to have. And even if they already have stuff out and they're already good with social media, tell them to just go back, hit the edit button, and tag your salon on it. But here's a little twist. That gives you material to share to your page, to your stories that you didn't have to create because they created it for you. Okay, listen, so that's a whole another class on marketing. If you want a class on salon marketing, comment marketing down below. I'll be sure to get you a class out on that, but we're not gonna dive into that. Okay, let's refocus on why we are here today. We are here to make sure that you're nurturing your stylist for success, right? This is beyond your interview. Okay, so that was number 3, right? Now, let's do a quick recap, right? I want you to focus on training. Focus on training your salon team. I want you to focus on recreating, redeveloping your salon culture. And I want you to empower and nurture your dream team. Those are the 3 things that you need to do, right? So here's a tip for creating a thriving salon team, right? How should I put this? Let's see. If you don't pour into your salon team, you're not going to get from them what you're expecting because they're not mind readers. They're eventually going to drift off and you're going to have another empty, open station. I hope this information that I shared with you today is really clicking. It's like light bulb moments that's going off for you. Because you truly need those light bulb moments to go off so that you can say, okay, I know it's another level for me. Because that was an aha gem that just got dropped. That was a moment that I need a little clarity so I can take my business to this next level. So if you like, yep, I got that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notifications because next week we're going to cover creating loyalty programs that keep your clients coming back. You don't want to miss it. See you in the next video.